Good afternoon. It is March 23, 2024, and it's a Saturday. Here in Sherbrooke, it is currently negative 2 degrees Celsius, which is 28 degrees Fahrenheit, and it is snowing a lot. We're in the midst of a snowstorm, despite technically being in the season of spring. It's snowing a lot, and tonight I'm going to go to a show that I've been wanting to see for a while, and I'm trying to convince people to go as well. I don't think a lot of people are going because of the storm, and maybe also just because. So it's weird. Sometimes in Sherbrooke there are shows that are like really, really good, and I talk to people that I know, and they say, "Yeah, this stuff is really good," and yet I don't know. People aren't convinced. Um, Today I'm thinking about the song "The Waltz," not "The Waltz," it's just called "Waltz of the 101st Life Form" by Joanna Newsom. Once again, in this week of tears, the theme of songs that have made me cry, or recall crying, or at least tearing up. It's difficult for me to cry. I think I've already gone through the songs that have made me cry that I recall, at least over the past few years. This one has made me tear up. It's a beautiful song from Joanna Newsom's, at this point, most recent album, Divers from 2015, which, although not my favorite, because East by Joanna Newsom is my favorite album, Divers might be her best album. From the songs that I've heard so far that she played last year, that will no doubt be on her upcoming record. I think her new record, whenever it comes out, is possibly going to be her best. But this album, a lot of stuff going on. A lot of it is about. Sorry, I'm just distracted by. I have the lyrics up here, and there's that Jacob Collier guy. In basically the auto on the Genius website, the auto play the little videos in the corner. I'm using another browser that does not have an ad blocker on it. So I just have a browser that I use for websites where when I block all the JavaScript, even when I reactivate the JavaScript that I think is going to make the website work, the website is still broken. So I have one that I just don't have an ad blocker on for when it's necessary. But yes, this album deals a lot with love and time, and time travel. Especially this song has a time travel theme, sort of like a sci-fi thing with like a war, and there's like time travelers fighting in this war. But of course, the big metaphor is it's pretty well explained in this line, which is one that has made me tear up a lot. I remember one time, I guess it was in 2015, maybe 2016. I was working in a call center near the lake in Sherbrooke, and during my lunch break, it was a beautiful day, so I decided to walk along the lake on the bike and footpath. I listened to this song, and I went back to work with humid eyes because I'd cried a little bit. Yeah, no, I think it was more than just tearing up. It was probably a little bit of tears because I'd listened to this song while I was walking, and I was so moved. But there's this part in here. But there was a time we were lashed to the prow of a ship you may board but not steer. Before you and I ceased to mean now, and began to mean only right here, to mean inches and miles but not years. Before space had a taste of its limits, and a new sort of coordinate awoke, making time just another poor tenant, bearing weight, taking fire, trading smokes, in the war between us and our ghosts. Now that one is sort of like in the song Sawdust and Diamonds off of East by Joanna Newsom, which is my favorite album of all time. when she sings, and though our bodies recoil from the grip of the soil, why the long face? Such beautiful metaphors about, I mean, that life, the war between us and our ghosts. And yeah, I think like this song and other parts of this album are about how, I mean, and this is something she spoke about. It's sort of difficult to get any direct information about what her music means to her, at least, because she doesn't want to talk about, which is something that I've come to terms with over the past few years. I used to be very disappointed, but that's just how it is. And I have to accept that, and it's fine because it's there and it exists and it's beautiful, and I'm just glad that this music exists. Um, yeah, I believe she spoke about how it was when she got married, and for the first time in her life, she had to deal with the idea. I mean, although she'd already dealt with grief in the past, because some of her music is about that, um, very obviously so. She had to contend with the fact that now there was another person that would die, and that she had to like just accept the fact that it's possible that she would have to deal with that, if that makes sense. I don't know if that's exactly what she said. I hope I'm not putting any words into her mouth. But basically, like, to contend with the fact that she could not imagine the pain and the horror of losing that person because she hadn't loved a person in that particular way. And now, small aside, that she has children. I mean, some of the songs are obviously about her children. There's a song that has been tentatively titled Little Hand by fans that she performed last year. Where, I mean, the metaphor, I know I'm not talking about also the 101st Life Form, but I do just want to talk about this. I know this is a late weather report, but I was playing video games with my friends on the internet, and that was a lot of fun. I took a shower and got dressed, mainly. Top up, I'm still wearing my pajama bottoms. But yeah, the song Little Hand, where like she describes parenthood through the metaphor of like not having any skin, like navigating the world with her skin peeled off, as like wars are going on and like bombs are dropping, and but how she has children and she has to navigate that and protect them. And there's this line in there, I think this is how it ends. You know, she talks about taking, it's like in the second person, like addressing her child, I think her youngest child, and just taking their little hand. But then, like, the way it ends is so beautiful. It's like she just sings, I love you and you are here. Just these facts. And to her, like, as a mother, those are the most important facts, despite the, you know, how painful it is to have to imagine all the awful, dangerous, I guess previously unimaginable things that she now has to worry about, because her main goal is to protect her child, but to express these two things that are the truth and the most important parts of the truth. I love you and you are here. It's so beautiful. But yes, you know, talking about how like time changes when you love somebody so much. Before you and I cease to mean now and began to mean only right here, right? I don't know, I think it's self-explanatory. And how time just doesn't matter as much anymore, making time just another poor tenant. Like everything's temporary, but ironically, even time, you know, when you love somebody so much that it just becomes about the present moment. And there was another line in here. Oh yeah. Anyway, just listen to the song. It's really good. It's not that long. It's really pretty, but the lyrics are fantastic. And listen to the whole album. It's a masterpiece. Again, possibly her best album. Um, Another thing that I find interesting is that the 101st Lightborn, unbeknownst to Joanna Newsom, was the name of a clan in the video game Destiny. It's just like an unintentional video game reference, um, which is I think a very funny coincidence, and definitely a coincidence. I don't think there's any way she would have known about a small online first-person shooter clan. Um, So yeah, it's a little rambly today. Sorry to the people who have left comments that I have not responded yet. They're like longer comments, and as I mentioned before, I'm really afraid of disappointing people, um, and not appearing intelligent or cool or entertaining or whatever. So I haven't responded yet, but I shall do that. Gonna go see that show tonight. D-U-U. I don't know how it's supposed to be pronounced, but it's really good. And I'm going to try to convince some more people to come. So it will help me out as well, because I haven't been to many shows since I quit drinking alcohol. And especially this venue, it's going to be anxiety-inducing to be there for a few different reasons. I don't want to elongate this video too much more. I feel like this video was not a very interesting one, and I think I'm making it worse by making it longer. But yeah, I also want to be surrounded by people, selfishly surrounded by people that I feel comfortable around, so I don't get tempted to drink. Anyway, I'm gonna go. I've still got some, a few hours left before the show, but I don't know. Try to get some stuff done, whatever that may be. I mean, I guess, yeah, it's true. Like, I feel like I've been slacking on the the weather part as well. I mean, it's just gonna keep snowing till around, yeah, like 8 o'clock. Yeah, but it's gonna start snowing again. It's gonna stay fairly stable. I guess the coldest it's gonna get is like -5, 23, 24 Celsius, and then 23, 24 degrees Fahrenheit. But yeah, I mean, there's storm advisory until tomorrow morning. It is going to get windier, though. It's not super windy now, but yeah, it's like an eastward, southeastward, 4 kilometers an hour wind, but it's going to get up to, oh, that's the gust, yeah, 15 kilometers an hour, which is 9 miles per hour. Some stronger gusts, but I guess it's going to peak maybe, and that's much later tonight, 28 kilometers an hour, 17 miles per hour gusts, around 11 o'clock tonight. Going to go see my mother tomorrow afternoon. So I guess we'll see, excuse me, tomorrow. Alright, I'm going to go make some hot dogs. Gotta finish up these hot dogs. I'll go see this show. Check out Joanna Newsom. I've been excited to talk about her music because she's my favorite artist of all time, and I love her music so much, and I can't wait for this new album. It's gonna stay cloudy. I'm not expecting beautiful blue skies and golden sunshine all along the way today. However, I'm gonna go out for a night of entertainment, and hopefully that will metaphorically shine its rays of emotion into my heart, and beautiful blue skies and golden sunshine of good music all along the way. Anyway, anyone, have a great day.